When I was in India, I remember I was at a wedding and somebody handed me their little girl. Like they were still preparing for the wedding. And somebody handed me like this little, maybe 2 years old or 3 years old girl and
Mhm.
said, "Can you feed her?" And they had a plate of food. So I was like, getting the food and feeding her. And then after she finished eating, she drank some water and then ran off to play with her sister. And then finished the food on the plate and I was like, "Oh, it's so spicy. How can this little girl eat that?"
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Yes. How are you doing today?
Oh, doing wonderfully well, doing well. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing well too. What is
Okay.
your name?
My name is Anand Raj.
Anandraj. Okay.
Mm,
Nice to meet you. I'm Rebecca.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Rebecca.
Where are you right now?
I'm in India.
Okay.
By the way, where are you?
I'm in Laos in Southeast
Laos.
Asia.
Okay, oh, yeah, you're in Asia.
Yeah.
I know this place. Laos. Where is it? Like in
It's
Cambodia? Uh,
between Vietnam and
and
Thailand.
Thailand, yeah, yeah.
And Cambodia is here too. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, since how long you are there?
I'm sorry.
Since how long you are there? In
I've been here for 3 years.
3 years. Oh gosh, yeah, it has been long time. So, how is feeling to be in Asia?
It feels good.
Yeah, feels
Yeah,
good.
I like Asia.
Mhm. Okay, so how many countries in Asia you have traveled so far?
Well, I've been to India, I've been
Okay.
to the Philippines, Thailand, and Laos. So, 4 countries in Asia.
Okay, so you have been to India. So let's talk a little bit about India. Okay, where have you been to India?
Well, first I was in Jharkhand, and after that I went to Tamil Nadu.
Mm-hmm.
And I've traveled a bit on the eastern side of India, so from Tamil Nadu all the way up to Meghalaya.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
You
yeah.
had been very close to the place where I am right now. Just my neighbor state is Jharkhand, so our border is tiding. Okay, so that's we are sharing borders with Jharkhand. I'm in Bihar, eastern part of India. So what
Okay.
brought you Jharkhand?
I was working with an organization for training health workers.
Okay, so how was it being in Jharkhand? I think you would have to face lots of difficulties there.
Um, yeah, it was a little difficult, but it was okay. I thought,
Oh,
actually, I enjoyed being in Ranchi. I thought it was a nice place. It was just, I guess I could say it was very busy work for me.
mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I also
The
was working
capital
with
of
a,
Jharkhand, Ranchi.
yeah, I was working with a clinic, midwifery clinic. So sometimes we would go on calls at midnight, or yeah.
Yeah, understand. So, what kind of training? You were giving training to somebody?
I received training in the U.S. and then
Mhm.
I went to India to train health workers.
Mhm.
Most of these were young people who were sponsored by the organization since they were kids, and the organization is primarily for health and education. So if the students, like if the kids growing up, most of them were orphans.
Mhm.
Um, after they finished high school, the organization would sponsor them either to study some medical field or education to become a teacher, because they wanted them to follow in the same organization's
Okay.
ideology.
So they were orphans?
Yeah, most of my students were orphans or their parents were not able to take care of them.
So, what is the name of this organization? NGO or some other
Um,
organization?
it's called Living Springs.
Living Springs.
Yeah. Living Springs. So there was a school in Calcutta was called Springs of Life, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one in Ranchi was Springs of Joy. And then
Yeah.
they have another school in Meghalaya, Springs of Love.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have been everywhere, right? You have been training these students.
Yeah. Yeah. It
Mhm.
was nice. I enjoyed working there.
So yeah, how what are you doing right now in lots? I mean, just online works, or even you are doing any offline works?
Yeah, I work at a local school teaching people English.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I understand. So, how do you feel teaching English to Asian students?
I like it. I mean, I like teaching English. I like teaching anything.
Mhm.
So I like teaching about health. I like teaching English. You know, I think teaching is a great privilege because we can impart knowledge and see
Right?
growth in students. And that's what makes me happy. I like to see other people growing and developing their mental powers.
Hmm. I understand because being a teacher, I can understand you well, right? I'm also teacher, so yeah,
Okay,
understand.
nice. What age level do you teach?
Yeah, they are kind of adolescent, even teenager adolescent, or you can say adult. Yeah, like they are from 12 to 18, 19 years old.
Okay. So you teach them English?
Yes, nowadays I'm training them how to speak in English. But before that, I have been teaching chemistry. So I
Uh,
have done my MSc in chemistry, and I on an institute known as Read and Achieve classes. So yeah, I teach at my at my institute.
very nice. Very nice. Yeah, it's nice to meet a fellow teacher.
Yeah, it's always great meeting because yeah, I can understand this is a job which is really challenging, especially for me because I have to learn every day to be better at it, right? And kind of, and India especially nowadays, there are lots of competition in education sector, right? So if you want to be even a private tutor, and private becoming a private tutor is more responsible than becoming a government tutor nowadays in India, right? If you are government tutor, yes, once you got the job, yeah, things has been done, finished, yeah. But when you are private tutor, you have to evolve every day to, you know, be
Yeah,
good at it, at your teaching. That otherwise your students would not come to you.
right, right, exactly. Yeah,
So
so
yeah, apart from that, I would like to know about your hobbies.
my hobbies, well, I suppose number one would be reading. I like reading books
Hmm.
because, they say that a teacher should always be learning.
Yes, yes, it's indeed
Yeah,
the truth. Yeah.
yeah, so I like reading. I like getting information, studying about new topics.
Hmm.
Um, and I suppose my second hobby would be health. Like
Hmm.
I like to cook, so I like to experiment sometimes with different
Okay.
dishes.
Have you
Yeah.
ever tried any Indian cuisine?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
I love cooking Indian food, eating Indian food.
Can you name?
Um, well, from North India, I think my favorite was rajma.
Oh,
Uh,
rajma chawal. We eat chawal with rajma. Yeah,
yeah,
rice.
yeah. I like to eat rajma. Like the way that they cooked it when I was in Ranchi, that was like the best.
Mhm.
So I tried to copy that flavor.
Okay.
Um, when I was in India, nobody
Mhm.
was willing to teach me how to cook. So I just have to try and remember the flavors and then experiment by myself.
Okay, I
Yeah.
understand. So Indian food are really spicy. You're talking about rajma rice.
Mhm.
Yeah, we make a rajma curry. So are you talking about curry, rajma curry,
Yeah, the
or
curry.
okay,
Curry.
curry?
Yeah.
So it, it is bit spicy for us, right? Like for us, not for you guys. I think you are coming from. Where are you from?
I'm from the US.
US. So I understand it would be really spicy for you. Do you like a spicy food or just you do not put a spice in it?
I like a little bit spicy. So I usually put a little bit of chili pepper, but not too much.
Yeah, and chili pepper.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
I when I was in India, I remember I was at a wedding and somebody handed me their little girl. Like they were still preparing for the wedding, and somebody handed me like this little, maybe 2 years old or 3 years old girl, and
mhm.
said, "Can you feed her?" And they had a plate of food, so I was like, getting the food and feeding her. And then after she finished eating, she drank some water and then ran off to play with her sister. And then finished the food on the plate, and I was like, "Oh, it's so spicy. How can this little girl eat that?"
Yeah,
But I can understand why Indians are easy. It's not hard to eat spicy food because you've been eating it since you were kids.
yeah. Since we are kids,